what is up, you guys? Hope they're partying like every day is your birthday, because we got another one for you guys today. And hope y'all are rocking and popping, because it's day 2 of drinking plant piss. So I hope you guys do enjoy. We got the chlorophyll drink, seeing the effects, seeing what we're working with. Gonna be drinking it for the next week, and I'm gonna keep y'all updated on it for sure. But we got the most underrated villain in Demon Slayer, the new dude from season 2. Now, I am hoping there is no spoilers in here. I mean, we did have half of the damn show spoiled last episode, so first thing I hear, bro, I'm outskis. I'm letting y'all know, bro. First thing I'm here, I'm outskis. But I'm hoping just for a great video right here. So we're just gonna hop right into it. Shout out to the one, to the only, Lil Raz HD. So make sure y'all go show him some love. And let's get to it, bro. You know it's gonna work, bro. When that shit tastes nasty as hell, that's how you know it's gonna be doing its job. Digestive health, hormonal balance. I don't even know what the hell that means, but shout out. Supports healthy blood sugar levels, maintains skin health, vitamin C, high in polyphenols, lemon, alkalizing, alkalizing, cleansing and purifying. I mean, what more do you need than that, bro? So let's get to it.
By far one of the most underrated villains, if not characters in general, in all of Demon Slayer. Geotaro doesn't nearly get enough credit as he deserves, and doesn't nearly get enough attention with how much of an impact he really has and how much we can understand him, as opposed to the other demons in this whole story and the other villains, which there's not really that much relatability to it. But I find Geotaro especially interesting because there's this statement that him and Daki talk about, that given their circumstances with life and how poor their human life was, they wouldn't even go back and change anything. They would always become a demon because they felt how poor they were.
It's kind of sad, man, that all the most evil characters, bro, just have the shittiest backgrounds growing up. It's kind of messed up when you think about it, bro. It really is just sad. That's why I mess with this story and how they do them, because most of the time, bro, it's just we kick the villain's ass, fluff the villain. But this one, Tanjiro, takes a second and always, bro, is there for the villain when they pass through their dying times, man. I really enjoyed that with the show.
Treated in their real life, the best option for them in life is to become a demon, and they said they would do it over and over again no matter what if they were given the same circumstances they were dealt as a human. And I feel like that's so underrated, and that kind of understanding that we can get, because we can sympathize, like we can understand it. Obviously, exactly. Geotaro and Daki, they've killed thousands, they've killed hundreds of people. They're irredeemable and there's no coming back.
Oh no, yeah, they gotta go to hell.
I feel like that's a good job that authors can do, and especially it's a nod to the author of Demon Slayer. The most impactful scene that comes to my mind when I think about Geotaro and his writing and overall character is as he's dying and he's walking into hell, he's arguing with Daki, telling her to go into the light and go into like heaven, essentially. That's kind of like the symbolism here. But no, Daki decides to go with him, and they both travel into hell together. So even though
she made a big mistake for that, I ain't gonna lie.
Evil, they wouldn't do it any other way, and they stuck together. And I don't know why Demon Slayer gets like shit on so much for how poor their writing is or how basic it is. Because
what? Bro, I think the writing is good as hell in Demon Slayer. Y'all just really, bro, a lot of people at the end of the day, I mean, some people really do have genuine critiques and criticism. I'm not gonna say there's not any genuine stuff. But a lot of people, bro, really just be hating on the show to hate on it. Just because, they see everybody else. Oh, everybody else hates it, dude. That means it can't be good, so I'm going to hate on it, too. And you just get a big whole group of people who know absolutely nothing about nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Because you don't need some like complex story about racism or some very complex subject to still have a very consistent and good
demons
message that you're
slaying,
across
good
in
fights.
Your story.
What more?
And I feel like Demon Slayer comes through with that so often in their manga and
to the
anime.
point.
And that's
how many filler episodes does Demon Slayer have? Like none. Y'all have fun though watching your show where you gotta watch 20 motherfucking episodes to get back to the fight scene, bro.
Talk about 7 facts about Geotaro for this video, because I feel like no one really talks about this guy. So I wanted to give him some more attention and give some interesting details that you may or may not know about him. So first, we got Geotaro died as a human actually at the age of 13, only just a child. But chronologically as a demon, he is 126 years old at the time of his death. And something like this went over my head when I first read the story, because I didn't really imagine a 13-year-old is having a job that young, because he was a debt collector. either. Like, he was full on living. He was working his ass off, busting his ass to try to like get things done,
trying to get paid,
try to
you know what I'm
provide
saying?
for his family, trying to just survive basically. I mean, he was eating crickets off the side of the road. So you wouldn't really think of him as just a 13-year-old when he died. That was like the oldest he ever got to before he died. But yeah, that is the case. For the second fact though, Muzan Kibutsuji has stated in chapter 98 that Gyutaro was the true holder of the position of upper rank 6 and not his sister Daki. If we take a look at the actual
I mean, of
manga
course,
pages,
bro. Let's be honest. Of course. That bitch got clapped like 12 times. I mean, she just got shit on over and over and over. That dude lost to a Hashira and Tanjiro. She lost to the dude who cries all the time in Boarhead. She ain't even top 12, bro.
Reads out like this: while Muzan conducted the meeting of all the 12 Kizuki, or at least the upper ranks, to meet after Gyutaro has died. So Muzan says, Gyutaro is dead. The upper moons have waned. Where Doma then says, oh, is that so? Well, I'm very sorry about that. I was the one who introduced Gyutaro here after all. How can I apologize to you? Will you gouge my eyeball out? And that's also another interesting detail where, if you guys didn't know, but I'm pretty sure everyone already knows this, it's like well known, that Doma is the one who came across Gyutaro and created him into a demon because he saw the potential of his greedy personality and how that could translate to being a demon and how that could benefit him because of his animosity towards how he was treated by other humans. But then Muzan says, I don't need your eyeballs. I figured Gyutaro would lose, as I expected. Daki was holding him back. Gyutaro would have won 100%. If he had been the only one fighting to begin with. He could have just poisoned them in the beginning so they couldn't keep fighting. Well, it doesn't matter anymore. Worthless. He had too much humanity in him, so he lost. But that's fine too. I'm not expecting
100%. Sister held him back.
Hearing
100%.
Muzan say this explicitly, and the author felt the need to keep this detail in the story, it's really fascinating to me because normally you would think it's way harder, and that's like what made the battle so much harder for Tanjiro, Zenitsu, Inosuke, and Tengen Uzui, is that they had to kill Daki and Gyutaro simultaneously
he had to keep worrying about
because of that
bro.
little hack ability they had with having to be decapitated at the same time because they're technically like one.
Nah, actually, I don't think she would have been better out with her. I forgot about that. See, that is soup. Because the likelihood of two people getting cut in the exact same time, the scenario has to literally be perfect. You know, of course, in the show, yes, it happened. But if we're talking about real life, the odds of that happening are very, very low. In just a normal fight scene going at it, that they're both going to get cut at the same time. So honestly, I don't think she would have held him back.
They're technically just one spirit,
and she wasn't
like
that shit to where she was a total liability.
You know what I mean? At the exact same time. So I would think it would be much harder. And even though if Daki kind of was a distraction to Gyutaro in the first place, still I don't know if I fully believe this. And even though the author is stating it explicitly, so I kind of have to believe him. But like, kind of logically, I don't know if this really adds up because what I've seen in the battle, it would be way easier if all 4 of the Demon Slayers immediately only attacked Gyutaro simultaneously. I feel like that would have been way easier of a battle than as opposed to worrying about this hack ability of killing both at the same time. But yeah, that's just what I think. For the third fact though, Gyutaro was one of Muzan's favorite upper ranks since he highly values his circumstances in life, with being dealt a bad hand and being treated so poorly as a human, and also getting born into a terrible circumstance of being so poor, especially in the entertainment district arc with how ugly he was. So he was kind of destined for failure. So Muzan obviously took advantage of that and saw that and valued that as a demon, and also his greedy,
ugly, broke, and homeless. That will turn anybody into a supervillain, bro.
Personality. With specifically in the data books, it states this because there's an interesting like little panel that the author decided to put in on how Muzan views all of the Kizuki. So what he said for
business partner I doesn't really like, a favorite. Whoa, I don't want to see the other ones though.
Muzan holds his greedy character in high esteem.
I do not want to see the others.
The word Giyu refers to the barkers who would entice customers to enter the entertainment district. After working as a Giyu, which is basically like a debt collector if you guys didn't know, and we already know that, like it's stated multiple times in the manga.
Yeah, I knew that.
He's a debt collector. But after working this job as a Giyu for a while, he took the word and used it to influence his actual name, and to name himself as Gyutaro. But there's kind of like 2 separate explanations for his name name
Little
as well,
nameplate
and I'll
there.
tell you why. If you take a look at exactly the manga, it says, a Giyu is a manager who basically calls in customers and gathers money in the red light district. So sometimes they are called Giyu or Geotaro. But that probably wasn't the only reason why the boy was given the name of a managerial position. His human memories are spotty in places, yet he still adopts that name even now. And
Look at how
also,
skinny
there's
he
another
is.
explanation where it says, I'll make you spin around and round when you die,
In
because
my
my name is Geotaro. And a little like footnote and side note that the author decided to put in there for translation is a little note saying he's referring to the stereotype where pimps would spin the sashes of their prostitutes to undress them. So that kind of
What?
goes hand in hand with the whole entertainment district as well.
Bro
So
said he
those
a
are the
pimp?
two explanations for Gyutaro's name and the influence behind it. For the fifth fact, his appearance as a demon greatly reflects his experience as a human with how skinny he is with his ribs and his irregularities
Yeah, he
in
is
his
hella
complexion
skinny,
with
dude.
dots all over his face. And if we take a look at him in the manga or in the anime as he looks as an actual human, he had the same body structure, he had the same physique, he like barely had any food. As I already said, he was eating like cockroaches off the side of the street to just survive. So obviously he's very skinny, and it seems like that form also adopted into his demon life and he can't change it. For the sixth fact, even though Gyutaro definitely is his own person and being, him and Daki have a weird complex ability, and the way they go about living with Gyutaro, storing himself inside of
Then you never
Daki
can
as
die.
if she's like the host body of.
If they were really smart, they would have switched places and had Daki go inside of him. Pause to the max on that. But you guys know what I'm saying? Because then she would have never gotten got. And no matter how many times they killed him, he was unkillable. If they were really smart, they would have just done that.
Both of their spirits or whatever. And from what we saw, he only comes out if Daki isn't able to win in a battle, which is very unlikely given the fact that she's an upper rank Kizuki. And unless she's up against a Hashira, which there is literally only 9 in the entire world,
No,
which
she
is
is
so
not.
much less than 1% of the
She
population.
not upper 9, he
so
upper 9.
Gyutaro must just chill and
is she
spend
too?
like the vast majority of his life inside of Daki. Wait, pause. Okay, that sounds bad, but you get what I'm saying.
That was worse
right?
than
Like,
what
he
I said.
literally is just stored inside of her, and he comes out only when the battle gets tough. Like, that's the only information we know about like the shared relationship between these two demons, and they must be like one whole like kind of spirit because they have to both be killed at the same time to end up actually killing them. So it's weird and just something I thought was interesting. For the seventh and last fact, though, his Japanese
bro,
voice
repping the
actor
Supreme
is
League.
Ryota Osaka.
Who?
I know. Pronunciation is
Wasn't that the
incredible
dude we
today.
just
But he has done amazing work in the
synced?
past, starring in huge anime such as Sword Art Online, Attack on Titan, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Hunter x Hunter, Your Lie in April, Assassination.
Bro. Yo, was he the dude that was Levi? I'm trying to think if I'm trying to remember the pictures that I saw yesterday. There was a dude on the Rin anime list that said, you know, best male actor, voice actor, whatever. And this name sounds very, very familiar. I'm trying to think if it was him. Some of y'all let me know in the comments. I'm probably just going to go to the video and verify.
Classroom and Black Clover, just to name a few.
Do that on my
because
time, though.
He has
My
done a
time.
lot and like a ton of voice acting work for so many anime. It would take way too long to go through the whole list. But if you're interested, be sure to check out more of like this guy's work and what he's done himself
that
because
shmoney
he's
money.
awesome. He does great stuff, and especially for Gyutaro and how distinct and unique of a voice you have to pull off to do like his character justice. And he did a great job. I don't know about you guys, but like how weird and unique like Gyutaro's voice was in the anime. It was great work. It was really good. So yeah, I just want to like give props to that and mention his name, hopefully so more people know. But yeah, that's gonna cap off this video, and if you guys did enjoy, be sure to like and subscribe.
I did Laraz HD. Hope you guys did too. What a cool video on a little bit further into the most underrated villain in Demon Slayer. Honestly, I think he's an underrated demon when it comes to a few anime, bruh. He was such a soup character. Had a good little storyline to him, you know, a little backstory. The only complaint I really have with Demon Slayer this season, you know, Zenitsu wasn't that annoying. So that was one of my only complaints last season. And the only other thing that really bothered me is just how fast it ended. I feel like I watched like 4 episodes, bro, and that shit was done. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta wait a whole another year and a half for like 4 episodes. I wish Demon Slayer would release more than like 10. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just used to watching hella long. And well, I don't know, bro, because even Hunter x Hunter had like 20. The one had like 60. I just wish they would throw a little bit more episodes so I can get deeper into each arc, bro, and we can get a little deeper into the Hashira, because we touch up on them, but we don't really dive into them. So that was the only other thing I'd say, but I hope you guys do enjoy. I think I already said that too, so I'm just gonna leave. That's not gonna come off.